Trumperation plan, part 3, I think we're up to. If not, put in whatever the number is. So one of the things that will definitely get more expensive is imported foods, if they do go ahead and implement these tariffs that are proposed. So what I'm hearing is it's about 20% or so for items from Mexico. It's in like the 60% range for things that are coming from China. And then I think just generally, I think they were talking about like a 10 to 20% tariff across the board for anything imported. So that would mean things like chocolate, cacao, if any of you guys are like cacao nibs people, coffee, our tropical fruits that can't be grown here, specialty foods that, you know, we get because they come from another country. All of that's going to skyrocket. So one of the things that I went ahead and did was I just thought, okay, what do I know I need? And for me, you know, I went ahead and I invested to get it now. So at least I have like about 5 months or so of that in case the prices really shoot up. Then the other thing I was thinking about, and if anybody else is sort of in the same space as me, like, well, what about the issues of scarcity? Well, okay, so if we are going to all kind of revert back to not being able to go into our supermarkets and just get peaches or cherries or grapes anytime we want because we're more kind of tied to seasonality like back in the old days. The other thing you're going to want to understand is that is also going to increase scarcity because it's not going to be as easy to replace things either. So a thought I had is community supported agriculture. So that is a great alternative in that it's coming directly from a farm. So to me, instead of like fighting for scraps in the supermarket or paying too much for crappy produce and items that essentially are half bad when you get them, then already setting up something where you can get a share of somebody's produce might be a substitute to that nuttiness and craziness, because all of that could help you to sort of get out of the I have to go to the grocery store and buy it cycle. And if you can barter, you can maybe say, I'm growing this and I'll give you some of my food if I can have some of what you have, because usually you have way more than you need. And in this way, we're sort of building an alternative structure where we're not just subject to these crazy tariffs because we're not only buying in the supermarkets. Keep in mind, though, that it also may get harder and harder to go and buy into a community-supported agriculture if people catch on to this. So something to maybe consider is what would be like the smallest share that I would want to buy, because many people have said that they'll buy these shares and then they just don't ever use it all. They can't use it all. They asked for too much and then it just goes to rot. So you wouldn't want that. But start thinking about stuff like that now. Maybe this doesn't happen, but better to be prepared and have a thought in mind if it does. So those are some of my thoughts. What do you guys think in terms of switching over to seasonal foods, getting out of the box chain stores, and bartering?